YouTube, what is up, man? It's your boy, man. Check this out. This is my first video on YouTube. No, I'm lying, man. This ain't my first video, man. This is my second channel, man. You dig what I'm saying? But I don't think nobody over there knows that I got a second channel. But basically, and I'm not going to get all into the stories and stuff like that. I just want to get into the nitty-gritty of the most exciting, well, let me rephrase that. One of the most exciting races I've seen from NASCAR in a very, very, very long time. And I am talking about the Kansas race that just happened this Saturday, you know what I'm saying, for Mother's Day weekend. It was such a breath of fresh air, man, you feel me? To finally see a race that was entertaining and exciting and full of drama, just like TNT. You dig what I'm saying? In a very long time. I mean, this Kansas race had all the characteristics of a little super speedway with the packed up cars and the new package that they got. You know what I'm saying? Big downforce and stuff like that. So the cars is more grouped up. But at the same time, though, it didn't take away from it being a mile and a half, you know what I'm saying, tri-oval, you know what I'm saying? Or D-oval, oval, however you want to pronounce it, you know what I'm saying? But it was interesting, and I like the interesting part about it. Now, if y'all don't already know, they've been racing with this new aero package since, I want to say, Atlanta. And Atlanta, it was, you know what I'm saying, cars are still spread out. But you got to realize, though, Atlanta has an old surface, you know, slick racetrack. So, you know, cars is not really going to be grouped up that well at a track like Atlanta. When they went to Vegas, Vegas was a good race. When they went to Vegas, Vegas was a good race. And basically, Vegas is pretty much a sister track of Kansas. You feel what I'm saying? When they went to Texas, Texas was better. Texas has always been kind of a snooze fest. That's why they keep on changing the aero packages, changing the track configurations. I mean, hell, well, turns one and two is completely different from 3 and 4. Like they trying so much with Texas, but you know, that's another story in itself. But when we came to another mile and a half track, meaning Kansas, it was a night race, cool temps. It was an exciting race, man. Like, from start to finish, man, it was an exciting race. Like, the restarts was incredible. You had 3-4 wide action going on. Nobody wasn't, you know what I'm saying, on the brink of losing control. Everybody felt confident going into the corner 4 wide. At one point, they was 5 wide. You feel me? So, like, it was crazy, like, just seeing all this action going on. Not only on restarts, but, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 laps into a run, hell, even 15 laps into a run, they still lied it. You feel me? Like, Kansas reminded me of a early to like mid 2000 Daytona. You know, after about 7 to 8 laps, the pack starts to spread apart, and you know, you just gotta, you know, blip the throttle just a little bit when you get into the corner, and the rest of the time you wide open. I mean, that's the characteristics that Kansas showed me this previous weekend, man. I mean, the racing was, to me, you know what I'm saying, phenomenal. I mean, it's been a while since I have seen good racing like that. Now, I know a lot of people, they tell themselves that, well, you know, the new aero package, it takes away from the talent behind the driver. It do, in a sense. But you got to realize something, man. You got to have trade-off when you want to have reward. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere you got to have a trade-off at. Yes, the cars are going slower. Yes, they're only topping about 182, 183, 185 going in, you know, down the straightaway. You know what I'm saying? Versus doing 200 going down the straightaway. What do you rather for the drivers to have, man? Where the cars are more easier to drive and they can put on a better show and be more competitive, or cars that are always on the brink of spinning out, or always on the brink of losing control, and the field just be spread apart, everybody single file. You know what I'm saying? Because for a long time, NASCAR was starting to look like Formula 1 racing. Because after the first couple of laps, everybody get all spread apart, there's no passing going on. I mean, you got the cameraman showing battles in 21st, but ain't nothing going up in the first 15 spots. Like, what's going on here? You feel me? Like, you got to have trade-off in wars. Yes, you know, for the most part, it's a little bit more easier for the drive, but hell, I'm sure any regular Joe still can't do it. But, you know, the speeds are slower, the cars are more maintainable, you know what I'm saying? But look at the action they're able to put on, though. Y'all cannot lie and sit there and say that Kansas was not a phenomenal race. That race was incredible. You feel me? Like, that race was incredible. Like, it's been a long time since I was able to say that about, you know what I'm saying, a mile and a half track. Because me personally, I ain't gonna lie to you, me personally, and there's a lot of other people out there, mile and a half tracks ain't really my cup of tea, man. Like, sometimes I can skip them and not even watch those. I'll just look at the previews, you know what I'm saying, and catch the highlights at the end of the race. But mile and a half ain't really my cup of tea, man, because it be the same old, especially when you have a schedule where the majority of the races and circuits that we go to on a NASCAR schedule are mile and a half tracks. You feel me? So I'm so happy that with this aero package, it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, putting a little bit more flavor into the mile and a half tracks, man. Now, granted, I don't want to see no Daytona Talladega racing out there. I don't want to see, you know what I'm saying, Junior leading them to the checkers, you know what I'm saying, at Kansas, while they 5 and 6 wide behind them, and what's my man name, Elliott Sadler flipping over his roof and all that. I'm not trying to see all that. I'm not saying that. But if the racing can be a little bit more competitive, you know, people can make more moves, people can make more passes and stuff like that, I'm all for it. You feel me? So let's just go ahead and just talk a little bit about the race. I know I kind of rabbled on a little bit, but basically, if you don't already know, Keselowski is the winner. I believe this is his second win of the year. Don't quote me. Obviously, you see I don't got, you know, nothing in my hand to read off and stuff like that. The first stage win went to Kevin Harvick, and I believe the second stage went to what's the young boy name? The Elliott boy. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. The Elliott boy, the young boy. The second stage went to him, and Keselowski, you know, came home with the victory and stuff like that. Me personally, I ain't no Keselowski fan. I mean, I can really care too much about it. Him and Logano, I'm happy that them two are teammates because they act alike. For real, they act alike. They act like everything they do is right and everybody else is wrong. And, you know, they show it on the track. So I'm glad them two are teammates. But besides that, you know, my personal who I wanted to win and stuff like that, the race, like I said, was phenomenal. It was beautiful racing from start A to start B. Really no big wrecks and nothing like that. Like I said, everything was maintainable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I to be honest with you, I don't think nobody really wrecked. And if they did, maybe it was like one or two cars, but I can't even remember a wreck. I knew somebody blew up towards the end, but wreck-wise, it was a pretty clean race for the action that we was getting. And if they would have tried that a year ago, doing 200 plus into that corner, going 3-4 wide, oh yeah, it would have been a wreck fest. So I am so happy that this race was a success. Now, we still got a lot of other tracks to come up to. We got Charlotte, we got to come up to. I really want to see how this package works at Michigan. I really want to see how it works at Michigan. Pocono too as well. I want to see how them slower speeds and all that down force work at tracks where they're momentum tracks. Like Michigan is a momentum track, and how it's looking, they probably be wide open at Michigan. How it's looking, they probably be wide open at Michigan. Pocono, of course, you know, they got flatter turns and stuff like that, so they'll be still blipping the throttle, but it should be some exciting racing going down them long straightaways, man. Like, I can't wait until those two tracks come up. But so far, man, I like the new package. The new aero package, for the most part, it's showing good results. You know what I'm saying? It's better than what we've been having. Give NASCAR some credit, man. Give them some credit, man. You know, they trying to, you know what I'm saying, remarket themselves, rebrand themselves. They trying to bring back the hardcore fans and also bring in new. I mean, they try. I mean, of course, it ain't gonna always be what we grew up to love and stuff like that. Because I grew up off of NASCAR from, you know what I'm saying, the 2000 all the way up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let me say this right now. I'm only 26 years old, so don't look at me and be like, dang, you old, you've been watching NASCAR since Actually, I've been watching since 98. You want me to be technical. But yeah, you know, that whole 2000 run, like, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, You know what I'm saying? For the most part, this new package will be a success for the rest of the year, towards the end of the season, stuff like that, hopefully. But yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Great race. Beautiful race. If y'all want to see any more NASCAR content, make sure you hit me with a thumbs up, a like, you know what I'm saying, leave a comment, say what's up, holla back. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to NASCAR, man, I'm a big fan of NASCAR. I love NASCAR. I mean, I might make a video. I'm sure eventually I'll make a video and tell y'all how I got introduced into the sport and stuff like that. Like, I'm a big NASCAR fan, man. I know, you know, I don't look like I'm a NASCAR fan, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I love the sport, man. That's all I got to say. So, other than that, man, it's your boy, man. I'm going to holler at y'all in the next video, man. Peace, love to everybody that's out there. And y'all have a blessed one, man. Holla at me.